Hi, and welcome to Chicago Cars Direct. You suck as a dealership. Hey, my name is David, and here lately I've been making a career out of exposing these crooked, shady, worthless, no follow-through dealerships for what they are. And this dealership here is no exception. This one here is owned by a gentleman by the name of Mark Cantor. And he is definitely not a man of his word. Definitely not a man to be trusted. I can tell you that. And if you catch him in something, he's real quick to try to offer you money and make you go away quiet. Those are always the ones you want to watch out for. Couple weeks back, I called Mark on a Wednesday looking at a E550 Mercedes-Benz that he had on his lot. He explained to me that the car was recently bought, and matter of fact, he had been using the car for his own personal use. Told me it was a one-owner car and excellent condition. While I had Mark on the phone, I'm doing some research on the car, running the VIN numbers, doing what I do best. And I realized Mark is already lying to me. You see, it wasn't a one-owner car. This car was actually on Mark's lot 2 months earlier. Yep. Mark had sold this car to an individual 2 months earlier who put 2,000 miles on it, went to another dealership and traded it in. Now, I'm a pretty good judge of character, but what would you think about that? I would say that car's a piece of shit. There was things hidden on it, and Mark Cantor tried to cover it up. When the new owner realized it, tried to get Mark to stand good on the deal, got nowhere. So this gentleman, saving the frustration, just took the car to another dealership and traded it in right away. Got rid of it. Well, my story goes on. I want to take a look at the car, and I want to see what kind of dealership Chicago Cars Direct really is. I let Mark know that the next day, which was a Thursday, I'd be coming down to look at the car, have the car ready for my inspection. The next day, which was a Thursday, I call Chicago Cars Direct at 11 a.m. and let them know that I am making the 2-hour trip to their dealership to look at this car. When I arrived at the dealership, I was greeted by a woman by the name of Christine, who immediately told me she had bad news for me. That she had just sold a car 5 minutes before I got there. Now, what kind of worthless piece of crap dealership customer service is that? You know I'm driving 2 hours to look at the car, and yet you sell it out from underneath me while I'm on the road. But you know, it just goes to show you what kind of dealership this is. They will stop at nothing to make a buck, make a quick buck, and they don't care who they screw over. So I quickly sent Mark an email, which wasn't in the office that day. And he did the ultimate sign of a crooked dealership. He offered me money to keep my mouth shut. Well, that just didn't sit very well with me, so I decided to start doing some research on Chicago Cars Direct. And we have many cars to bring to you in the future, but we're going to concentrate on just what I'm explaining to you. I found this gentleman's blog, and it will just tell you what a crooked dealership Chicago Cars Direct really is. You see, this gentleman bought a car from Mark, and after getting the car, he realized there's some serious problems. Number one, Mark tried to hide a shabby brake job by putting on some new brake pads, on some rusted rotors, and some defective brakes. Things were missing in the car, but this one strikes my interest. After getting the car and going through it, the gentleman noticed that there was a spark plug missing. Now, what kind of shady operation are you running that you don't realize there's a spark plug missing in an engine? Or more or less. Did you really know the spark plug was missing because you took it out? Was that because the car was having some misfiring problems and you took the plug out? This guy goes on to express just how misleading and dishonest Mark and Chicago Cars Direct really is. If you stick with us, we're going to start bringing you some videos of cars that we find on Chicago Cars Direct floor. And we'll do some cross-references and we'll show you over and above what a crooked dealership this is. Mark Cantor, Chicago Cars Direct, you suck as a dealership.